Okay, we are live, everybody. Welcome to Fun Simulation. Here is the theme song.
Time for Be Quiet simulation.
Time for Pratik to get muted again, is what it is. I'm just trying. Well, I'm sharing everything. I did not mean to do that. That's my whole desktop. Here we go.
What year is it? Okay. 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
2000.
Hit. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Fall simulation. 2000. All right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the Well Hungarian. All right.
Yeah!
All right.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fun Simulation 2000. This is going to be a very good edition. We have a lot of people here tonight, so we're going to run a tight ship. You're going to see a lot of comics. You're going to see people doing new things, old things. I don't know, experimental things. Do we have puppets? I've never had a puppet on this show yet. No puppets. Someone better be doing a puppet this week or I'm going to quit. I'm just going to quit doing the mic. I will not quit doing the mic.
Jeff Dunn's making a hot 6-minute guest spot. Don't worry, we got
He
some.
usually does 20 minutes. I hate that he only is doing.
He runs the light, man.
Oh, okay. All right. He's agreed to 6. He'll do 20. He'll earn his paycheck. That's
We
what's
cleared it with his manager.
Pratik is co-hosting with me tonight. I'm going to take you through up top. He'll take over a little bit once we get through some comics, and we'll keep it moving.
We'll keep it moving today, Mark. We won't waste time at all.
We will not waste time, especially on top like we are now. No, the comedians, I'm going to message you when you got 1 minute. You're going to get 4 minutes, and I will cut you off really quick. And then stick around till the end, which is when we do the fastest minute in comedy. That is an extra minute comedy. We're not doing it, or did you say go?
No, I was saying, yo, we're doing fastest minute.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Go. Yell that.
Go.
It's very fast. It's very fun. Some people call it a redemption round. It is not. You definitely will do bad on that round if you did bad earlier. So just go home if you did bad and you feel bad about it. If you did bad and you don't feel bad about it, then keep it up. You can be a comedian because that's the whole trick. Is to not stop, I guess. We're gonna just start this off. We're gonna keep this going quickly, and it's gonna be very awesome. So please put your hands together for our first comedian. Where is she? Laura Hogg.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you. I've dated all kinds of men. I've dated younger men. And that was fun. Sometimes with younger men, facial hair can be an issue, but I keep it trimmed. So somebody asked me if I was worried that I would end up on To Catch a Predator because I was a cougar. And I've dated younger. I don't date illegally. But I do think it would be great to end up on a show like To Catch Feelings, where Chris Hansen comes in. I'm about to get emotionally entangled with somebody who's completely inappropriate for where I'm at in my life. And he warns me, he's like, is this really who you want? Don't you want somebody that has toilet paper? And he sees I'm trying to recapture some elements of my youth. He would also warn me not to try learning skateboard in middle age. I would learn, I want to learn how to skateboard, not to meet younger men. I just really want to up the chances of breaking my collarbone. I have dated men of different races. I've dated black men. There was a time when we called that jungle fever. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, meaning me. Now, I've also dated Latin men, and that's what I call youngle fever. And then I've dated Asian men. yellow fever, and now I'm dating a white man and I have cabin fever. Actually, he lives on a farm, so I have hay fever. I was at an open mic last night and it got Zoom bombed, and the Zoom bomber, I think, might have been a younger person. So I was, worried about we were worried about what we said to the Zoom bomber, but then I thought maybe it was a child who had bad parents. And so somebody asked, what did you eat for dinner? Did you eat dinner today? And he said, yes, I injected black tar heroin into my ball sack. And, that actually was the funniest thing I heard at that mic, including my own material. And then I realized I'm in recovery, and so basically between comedy and recovery, everybody in my life is familiar or will talk about at some point injecting heroin into their ball sack, ironically or straightforward as an example of hope and experience and strength. Either way, 12, I go to 12-step programs. Thank you. And they do have a, spiritual angle to them. It's how all my family got our belief in God. Like a lot of people, some people grow up Catholic. My family, we do pray. We don't pray before we eat, but we do pray when we think it'll get us our driver's licenses back, which God knows are the most sincerest prayers of all. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time.
Oh, go.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, you don't have to stay on mute. I know I muted everybody, but you can unmute to clap and laugh. I just want to point that out. Or you were talking about learning how to skateboard. I decided I got to the point in quarantine where I bought a pair of roller skates, and
Yes!
it took me a while to decide. And it took me so long to decide that they sold out of everywhere over the 2 days I thought about it. So everybody's getting on the roller skating part of quarantine, which is a little concerning that we all
can
think.
be ER buddies.
It goes toilet paper, like flour, yeast, and then roller skates. I got to the quarantine where I bought a pair of roller skates. Got a what? Someone was talking, and then now I don't hear them. I'm going to keep it going. Our next comedian coming up. Oh, I'm so happy to see him. Andrew Shankland. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, folks. Hi, everybody. Hello. I'm a virgin. And when there we go. When I do stand up, it's very easy to say it. There we go. Said right at the start of my set. When I'm dating, I have to be a little more coy because it feels weird to tell that to one other person, So when I'm dating and I got to tell someone I'm a virgin, I'm like, oh yes, sexual intercourse. Yeah, that thing that people have and enjoy. Just kind of play it like that, One thing that surprised me about living in the big city, I live in Chicago. One of the things that surprised me about living in a big city is how hard it is to have any privacy, Everywhere you go, you can hear someone, right? Like in my apartment, I can hear my neighbors arguing next door. And it's like, hey, what are you fighting about? Adopt me already, okay? I don't get wet t-shirt contests. Those are really weird to me. Because it's like, okay, so you're going to line up 4 women. They're all wearing white shirts. You're going to douse them in water. And then I'm supposed to judge them. It's like, hey, they're all equally wet. If you wanted me to judge them, get them different amounts of wet so I have something to determine a difference on. Polyamory, that's real popular right now. People talk about that all the time. And I've been told that like some people, they're like older relatives aren't cool with polyamory. And I feel like I can't blame them, Like if I showed up to Christmas dinner with 4 girlfriends, my grandma would be like, Andrew, what are you doing? I only set 9 plates. 3 of your friends are going to have to eat only salad. And then I got 1 present. So they're all going to have to share the scarf I knitted. Okay. I'm a teacher. So polyamory kind of is, I'm cool with it, but it'll be a little weird at conferences, Like I'll be like, okay, that's cool. You're like all her dad. and but who is this guy jerking off in the corner? What's his deal here? I'm on the dating apps. That's pretty fun and interesting. And I was on one of these dating apps the other day. I saw two queer black women looking for a man to be in a threesome, and I was like, well, it would be unethical not to do it. And I didn't, and it's okay. I don't like breaking up with women. I was raised in the Midwest, so I feel like I have to be very polite. So anytime I do break up with a woman, all one time I've done it, the many times. No, when I break up with a woman, all I can think is, man, my mom would be so disappointed in me right now. She's like, Andrew, you're hurting this girl's feelings so much. I raised you better than this. Okay, I guess not really a joke, more of just a confession. I feel like Hawaii is a horrible place to be during a breakup. Like, how could you be a fire breather? Not that those are only in Hawaii, but how could you be a fire breather and be going through a breakup? You're talking to your friends and you're like, man, I just feel terrible right now. They're like, yeah, you're swallowing fire. Don't do that. I don't know. On the other hand, you just walk across the coals to feel something. Okay. Luau joke. When I moved to Colorado, I didn't move to Colorado. I moved to Chicago from Colorado when I was a little kid. And at the time, I was wearing cowboy boots all the time. I was 5 years old. I'm wearing cowboy boots all the time, which is like kind of a flamboyant outfit choice for like a little kid. And my mom was always telling me that when I was a little boy wearing cowboy boots, I'd be getting comments all the time. And in my head now, these comments are all, hey, lady, what's the deal with that bite-sized twink you got there? Another fun little story about being my mom's friend when I was a kid is we were going through the checkout line at the grocery store, and the old man bagging our groceries goes, "Hey kid, is that your sister?" I was like, "No, that's my mom." Honestly, game respect game, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew Shanklin. Yeah.
Hey!
Speaking of fire breathers, I almost did that unintentionally last weekend when I used Malort hand sanitizer to start my barbecue grill. And that is a thing that you could do. And it's the most Chicago thing you can do on the 4th of July. All I'm going to say about that. We're going to keep rolling, guys. Our next comedian coming up. Please welcome to the stage. I need to find her first. Usually before I introduce Sophia Javed.
Hi, hello everyone. Hi.
Hey!
Listen, Mark is doing a fine job. He's drinking wine tonight, and he did request a puppet, so I thought I would oblige. But honestly, I was thinking of doing my whole set this way, but I might be getting cold feet. All right, guys, that joke really sucks. Let me go back to my planned set. Hi, here I am. All right, the world is our country, and the world is kind of all shit. That's not news. A lot of heavy stuff happening. I've been spending this time educating myself about systemic racism and racial injustice in our country. It's very important, right? But I think I've been doing a little too much online research because the algorithms are starting to freak out a little bit. I've been reading, right, the last couple of weeks, and the other day I got this ad from Facebook. Facebook sent me this ad. Here it is. If you can't see it, put me in portrait view for a minute. It's a dating ad featuring this lovely gentleman who happens to be a police officer. Yeah, because Facebook must have figured out that I am super attracted to white cops these days. And I know what, in case you're thinking, Sophia, this must have been a freakish blip in the algorithm. It must have been a mistake. I have news for you. The very next week, I got a second one. A second one. They really want me to hook up with these white police officers. Why do these ads even exist? Is this because everyone's out there breaking up with their white cop husbands and boyfriends? Because if that's the case, then everyone who's out there protesting, I applaud you. You're making real change. This ad is a little bit interesting. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There it is. He's going to start working less. Yeah. So I think I found my role, or at least what Facebook thinks my role should be in this whole movement, right? Date a white cop, get him off the streets. Listen, it's not going to be easy or comfortable, but changing the world never is. Yeah. All right, let's get rid of that for a second. Here we go. I'm thinking about racism. It's obviously the systemic stuff is really terrible. In my personal experience, most of the stuff I've experienced just comes from ignorance, and it makes sense. There are large swaths of this country, whole communities of people who have never seen people that are different from themselves, and you know, that's a thing. But a lot of their opinions come from ignorance. They just don't know. So what I think is, I need to take it upon myself. I think some of our communities of color need to start putting ourselves in places where we are not well represented, places we've never been before. I want to see a brown woman NASCAR driver. Yeah. I want to see a brown woman magician. I want to see a brown woman yoga instructor. Right? How radical would that be? It would just normalize seeing this everywhere. And would that not be the most hipster move in the world? Like, if I go get trained and become a brown woman yoga instructor in Northwest DC, where I live, I think I'll be like hipster queen of the world. Okay, that's all I have for tonight.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your job. That was, I didn't look at that cop profile that much last time I saw it, but that is 100% fake. That is definitely
yeah, for sure.
And it's because all three pictures are from the same photo shoot, and
the text is the same.
Yeah, that guy's there's no way. And I knew that we would come to a time. I'll put it back up real quick. I knew there'd be a time when there'd be RoboCops, but I didn't know they would just be trolling on dating sites. Like,
Well, that cop looks like Anthony Jeselnik. Anyone else notice that?
Cop is probably is Anthony Jeselnik. I think it actually is. Oh man, guys, we're gonna keep going. Holy crap, hot list tonight. Hot list
photo
tonight.
Shoots to make cash since comedy is not happening.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they'll probably take anyone at this point that wants to be a cop. For more commentary on that, please welcome Gary Hughes.
Whoa.
I don't want to talk about cops.
Sorry, man.
Okay. All right. My internet's bad, so just let me know if anything. Yeah, doesn't work. That's how it's going to be when I get back on stage. I'm like, these jokes are bad, so just let me know if they're not good or not. Okay. I had Zoom sex for the first and last time. It was cool. It was cool. It was like having phone sex but with a camera, right? And it was dark on both ends, and she kept saying like, "Look at me," and I was like, "You want me to like look at you, or you want me to like look at you, or you want me to like look at you, or like look at or look at you?" And when you're like by yourself, pleasing yourself, there's not pretty faces. So I was kind of being repulsed. I'm sure she's being repulsed because I was like, I make like this like ugly face when I'm happy. And it was almost like real life because I came first and I fell asleep on the Zoom. And yeah, I woke up at 3 a.m. with like headphones wrapped around me, and I was like, what was happening? What happened? And she's like, you fell asleep. And I was like, yo, you took too long. Like, yo, at that point, I'm just watching some person masturbate on the screen. And I would have helped. I would have helped out with it. Like, I would be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hey, I'm sucking your titties. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Uh-huh. You're doing great. Fuck, I missed my spot. So that was an interesting thing. I'm trying to keep this PG-13 for one person only in this group. For one person only. That's how much I care about this person. Just trying to keep it real PG. I've been praying a lot. When you go to people's houses, actually, we're gonna scratch that. We'll go back to that. It's interesting when people try to prove their urban knowledge to you. I don't know if it's a black thing. It's probably not a black thing. But it's like if you're like I was like in a conversation, in a big group, and something reminded me of a movie Friday. You guys seen Friday? Right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, before I told the person, I was like, have you seen Friday? And he's like, no. I was like, okay, never mind. But then they just start naming all these black films. They're like, but I seen Do the Right Thing. I seen White Man Can't Jump. I seen Menace to Society. I was like, I don't care about all those movies. I had like specific. I was like, all right, thanks. I seen Gone with the Wind. Ain't it? They're black in there, ain't it? It was quite interesting. I've been when you go to people's house, people always want you to pray when you're the guest at their house. If they're very religious, they'd be like, "Oh, why don't you pray, Gary?" But they don't like what I pray about because my prayers are very different. I don't pray about the food. I pray about stuff in my personal life. So last time there's like, Gary, you go pray over the food. I was like, okay, all right. Thank you, God, for the stimulus check. I appreciate it. Xbox One has been pretty cool. Xbox One has been pretty cool. Please, Lord, have them extend the unemployment past July. Lord knows we're gonna fall flat on our face if you stop it at July. There's a new gaming system called PlayStation 5. I want to be the first one to get it. And thank you, Lord. Amen. They really don't. Yeah, they don't like me. I try to pray about material stuff. Okay. Oh, thank you. Am I already past that? Okay, I do wrap it up real quick. I'm always trying to improve sexually. It's probably something I'm going to do until I die. But I didn't have like cherry stems to like try to work on seduction in the hood, so I just had a lot of bread ties. It cut your tongues out. It cut your tongue. Yeah, cut the roof of your mouth. Fuck your whole shit up. I suggest not doing that, guys. Try to get you some plants or something outside. All right, my name is Gary Hughes. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary Hughes. That's what we were working on today in summer camp back here.
They'll have that summer camp background up.
So I don't know where all the kids are. I have no idea.
They got murdered by
They left
Jason.
you. They went away.
They all left. They got creeped out. Our next meeting coming up. Please welcome Lorena Abreu.
Hey.
So I was going to do a different set, but my dad just got home. He's an ICU doctor, so I don't care anymore. I need to rant about this. Like, at this point, who the fuck is still not taking coronavirus seriously? Like, what the fuck could be wrong with you? Like, what is these people's excuses? Actually, you know what? Let me go through them. So some people say, I don't believe in this pandemic. I think the media's lying to us. Well, like, there are so many ways I can go into how wrong that is. But at the end of the day, what's so unbelievable about a pandemic anyways? Like, we've had them before. Like, the earth just has a plague every once in a while. It's just a thing. People are talking about they need to breathe God's air. Like, you know how many plagues are in the Bible?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is so unbelievable about this particular plague?
God loves a plague.
It's precedented. Like, is it that it actually inconveniences you, even though you're not the one dying? Like, if it doesn't affect you directly, it doesn't exist, right? Like Schrodinger's virus, except it's not in a box. It's in the air all around you. Like, some people like that naked mole rat wearing a synthetic wig. What's her name? Betsy DeVos. He's like, there's nothing we can do to control it. This virus is going to whack through everyone anyways. We just need, herd immunity? Literally every other developed country has done it. Like, Americans have this incredible ability to just choose to not believe things that are literally happening right in front of them. Like, even with social media and the international news, like, Americans figure out a way to find a big ass rock and just live under it, like Patrick Star, while generally also looking exactly like Patrick Star. So, like I said, my dad's an ICU doctor, and my city in South Texas is in a humanitarian crisis right now. Like, he's drowning in COVID patients, literally are starting to die because we ran out of ventilators and because the codes are happening at the same time. And to give you an idea, the kind of person my dad is, he's so non-alarmist. He's literally gone swimming during a hurricane because the wind made the water move all fun. He literally got home right now, and this is true. And he said, I don't want you guys leaving the house. Order groceries. Like, I've never seen him like this. And we're not even asking for a lot. Literally, just wear a fucking mask. It's easy. It's easier to put on a mask than it is to argue on Facebook about not wanting to wear a mask. And some are like, oh, I can't breathe with a mask on. Well, I have some news for you regarding respiratory pathogens and what they do to your breathing. My dad and the nurses, they wear 2 masks on top of each other for 13 hours straight, and they're fine. I promise you can breathe in your fucking cotton mask that you bought on Etsy, okay? Like, at first, I didn't understand. Like, I was like, how could anyone go so far as to go out and protest in mass against wearing a mask? And I realized fragile white people have this condition where they're so privileged that they invent problems when they don't have any. Like, they feel left out, that everyone else is oppressed and not them. And I don't know what else we can do at this point. Like, how do we get these nutty white people to just wear a mask? Like, what if, and hear me out, we just started a bedazzling trend. My parents love that shit. Right? Hear me out. We get denim masks. They love that. We bedazzle them. Like, if we just turn this into some absurd arts and crafts that they can Pinterest, like, we might stand a chance. Otherwise, I don't know what we can do.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, Lorna.
Hey.
Thank you. Now I know what we're doing we're doing in the crafts. Next week at camp, we're going to be bedazzling all the masks that these kids refuse to put on. These kids will not wear them.
That sounds like a sweatshop, Mark.
And by the way, I'm serious. I wasn't exaggerating anything. Like, my city is completely fucked. So please be responsible, guys. And spread
What city are you in?
In McAllen, Texas.
Yeah.
What's the major city like closest to you that we would know as people?
It's McAllen, Texas, unfortunately. Yeah, we're at the very bottom tip. Our whole area is just fucked. Like, FEMA sent 6 ventilators the other day, and they didn't send any of the tubes that attached to them. Like, it's insane. Like, we are how Italy was.
It's like they bought you a PlayStation with no controllers.
Well,
Yeah.
I think our next comedian's got the work cut out for him. This is easy to recover from. I think what we should do is we should make it mandatory, like force people. You get a ticket for like $200 or whatever if you don't wear a mask. But if you wear a mask, it has to have an American flag on it. Then everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. That's what we're making at Craft Week.
One American flag, yeah.
That's it. They'll be happy with that. No more socialist ones. There we go. Our next comedian coming down here, Trevor Gertensen.
Yay!
Socialism. On a lighter note, the girl from The Ring. All right, this is going to be great. It was awesome. I'm at that age where a lot of my friends started having kids. And one of my friends called me and told me that his daughter had just learned stop, drop, and roll at her elementary school. And I thought that was interesting. I was like, yeah, I think I remember learning it about the same age, but it's not real useful information for children in elementary school, right? I think they should teach that in college. So I don't know about anyone else here, but college was the only time I saw anyone light themselves on fire. Yeah, I saw this girl, she was trying to light a bong. She accidentally lit her hair on fire. And at no point did she stop, drop, or roll. Yeah, she just sat there till we threw water in her face. It is my personal opinion that if you see a child on fire, you set that child on fire. All right. My mom got an email saying that if she did not send these people $1,000 in Bitcoin, they were going to release pornographic footage that they had found of her. Which means that footage is being released. Yeah, because my mom doesn't know what Bitcoin is. Now, this is obviously a scam, right? And I'm not mad that someone tried to scam my mom. What I am mad about, though, is that I had to take 45 minutes out of my day to explain to her cryptocurrency. There's this music video, which I didn't even know they existed anymore, for a band called Maroon 5. The whole premise of this video was that they crashed a bunch of weddings, which is horrifying because the singer never wears a shirt. There are kids around, bro. You gotta. Target sells them for $12.99. Let's get it. I feel he spent all his money on full body mirrors. That's why he can't afford a shirt. But anyway, that makes them uninvited guests to your wedding. You know who else was uninvited? The Golden State Killer. That's right. And also at this point now, you have to explain to 5 narcissists why they're not allowed at your wedding. That is not a fun endeavor. And if there's one thing that I've heard about Maroon 5, the one thing that can ruin a Maroon 5 concert is Maroon 5. Maroon 5's behind me, aren't they? All right. So I never really believed much in the self-help books, but I saw there's one called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it turns out this was Charles Manson's favorite book. He used the skills from this novel to get a bunch of people to join his cult and then murder for him. Then I found out there's this guy in Russia called the Chessboard Killer. It was also his favorite book. He used the skills to get 60 different people to trust him that he would later murder. There is only one other person I know that has read this book, and that is my girlfriend. And as far as I know, she hasn't killed anybody, which makes me think she's not much of a go-getter. All right, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you for one more time for Trevor Curtinson. I like that, Trevor. Trevor, yeah, there's a lot of Maroon 5 action going on in the chat right now for anyone watching it. Trevor, you said
Maroon 5, fuck the Beatles too.
yeah, I agree. I don't like the Beatles
I
at
hate
all.
the Beatles. Yeah,
The Beatles really suck.
Fuck those fucking Brits. Fuck 'em.
And I hate Paul McCartney's Christmas song is like one of the worst songs ever written.
I love that song.
No, I'm gonna mute you right now.
Everybody together now. Everybody together.
All right, I'm gonna mute all. No, I gotta bring up our next comedian. Our next comedian coming up. Please welcome Miriam Saab.
Hey, everybody. So I've been taking social distance walks outside, trying to keep distance from the neighbors. And I noticed like white people are super friendly now during this lockdown. I'll be out walking and Betty Sue will wave to me. Hey, hello. I'm like, oh, wow, Betty Sue, you're okay. You're not scared of me anymore. Oh, that's right. We all look the same, right? We all look the same. So I've been married for 14 years. And it's a long time to be married. I'm only 28, but I prefer the term teen bride. It's more politically correct. But for those of you that are horrified in the audience, I'm flattered you think I'm that young, and check your bias. So we recently found out that my husband might be deported, and all the white people in my life are like, oh my gosh, Miriam, what are you gonna do? Should we have a protest? Do we need to get petitions signed? Like, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, calm down. It's all good. It's handled. Easiest divorce ever. I mean, the only baggage involved are the bags he's going to have to take to the airport, you know? Bye, honey. See you never. So TikTok is like really this huge app. It's remaining like one of the most popular apps. And I'll admit, it's fun. It's seemingly innocent, right? In case you've been willfully ignoring the news, like most people are these days, the app has some serious security and data issues and privacy issues. And now the Trump administration has gotten paranoid enough to consider banning the app. The company, though, behind it has been debating about moving their headquarters out of China. And I've been imagining like their meeting went something like this, like, we got to keep users addicted. We are willing to move to another country just to keep people dancing and lip syncing, because a distracted population is better than a focused one. But yeah, read up on China and you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, lately I've been sucked into online therapy. It's very addictive. I can vent, I can say things, I get immediate feedback. The downside is that I get confused sifting through all the different self-proclaimed therapists trying to tell me how I should feel or think. But the great thing is that it's free. You know, if you're interested in using the service that I use, it's called Facebook. But I'm sure there's other places you can get your fix: WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. But then again, President Trump uses Twitter, and I don't think it's helped him at all. Yeah. So I love how karma always comes around. All the TV news directors who told me my scarf was a problem for the job, now all your reporters are walking around with face veils. So who's laughing now? You know, and you thought I was the extremist. You guys are straight up ISIS. you know. But I'll admit, you know, it's great for me to see this equal opportunity oppression. Men and women are both covering their faces. Now that is a win. We've got everybody on board. But speaking about the coronavirus, guys, you know, I'm kind of scared because it's getting out of control and we're being left to the whims of a madman. I mean, the president. And, you know, it's okay. I'm sure we can look to citizens of other dictatorships for how to survive this new normal. You know, it's like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, North Korea. Like, how are you surviving and living with a dictator? Oh, just live in fear and hope for the best. Got it. I guess that's what we'll do too. And I think I'll just leave it at that. So thank you, guys.
Yay!
Woo! Yes.
I am muted. Thank you very much. I was muting myself and I was drinking some cider. I poured cider into a wine glass to trick you all into thinking I'm still classy. I'm not. Thank you, Miriam Sobe. I'm so sorry. I think I've been mispronouncing your name all night. It's all good though. We're gonna keep rolling, guys. We got a big list. We're gonna keep it rolling. That's how we do it. Our next comedian, very excited to see her, Dana Wisen.
Yeah.
You're muted right now.
Oh shit. Thanks, guys. All right. Hi, my name's Dana. I'm feeling really anxious right now, so I'm not gonna do my set tonight, but my friend Johnny is gonna take over for me. So hold on just a second.
Oh.
Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Yeah, can you guys hear me? Say hey, yeah, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh shit, guys, what up? Hold on, let me look at you guys. Let me look at all your smiling faces. Oh shit, what up, guys? My name is Johnny. Sometimes people call me Johnny the Stoner, not to be confused with Johnny Carson, or Johnny the Knoxville. You know, yeah, that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. Anyway, I'm doing stand-up comedy for the second time in my life, and I want to share. Let me look at my notes. Hold on. Okay, what was who am I? Okay. Shit, my name's Johnny. Here's my story. I live in my parents' house. Right now they're watching a loud-ass movie. I think it's Jurassic Park, but you know what? They didn't invite me to watch it. Instead, they banned me to the trunk of my car. Yeah, that's right. I'm in the trunk of my car. You want to know why? Another reason why? Thanks, Lorena. Thanks, everyone. The reason why is because I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, which is now the #1 global pandemic hotspot. Can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah! USA.
I know,
USA.
it's great. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm like, I've been coughing all over the place. Don't worry, it's not COVID. I'm just high as hell on some ganja. Yeah, I got my, where the fuck is it? I got my weed pen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got my weed pen. I do not recommend these. These are not good. I think my lung just fell out my butt, but you know what? That's neither here nor there. All right. Let's see what I'm about. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back to my notes. What does it say? What I'm about? What am I about? What am I not about? You know what I'm saying? What am I not about? I'm not about not about the coronavirus, you know. I'm not about cancel culture. Fuck that shit, man. Someone tried to cancel me and I lost the entire bottom half of my body. Don't know what had happened, but let that be a warning to you. Don't do that shit, guys. Okay, next one. You know what? Sometimes you improvise and it works. Sometimes you improvise and it fails. What I'm smoking. Oh shit, I'm smoking the dopest shit I have ever smoked in my life. Please forgive me for cussing so much. I can't help it. I have Tourette syndrome.
Oh, yeah, he's polite.
I have Tourette syndrome, so I can't help it. Anyway, I'm smoking a sexy strain of weed called Ding-a-Ling in a Pringle can. Look what it does to my face. Look at my fucking face. Yeah. I thought I was smoking like, oh wait, you know, my face is back to normal. I don't want that. I thought I was smoking a sativa, but instead I smoked something that made me relive my childhood and get that it was actually pretty good and I should be really grateful and shit. You know, I didn't want to feel that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a nice evening. I'm gonna go back to the trunk of my car and create some magic. Anyway, peace. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know if Dana was coming back, but I think she gave her whole. Did you give your whole set to the guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you. Dana Wisen and the update from the Corona hotspot in the world in Arizona. That's really exciting. We're gonna keep going. Our next comedian, please welcome to the stage. I'm very excited for them. Why can't I find people? I'm having so much trouble. Oh, Lauren Harsh, get on down here. Go.
Yeah.
Yay! Hello, internet. So I hate it when people make an Instagram account for their pet and then like type the captions as if their pet was saying it in that like I can post cheeseburger style, because like it's arrogant to think that if your pet could speak, they would talk to you the way you talk to them. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I 100% talk to my cat like, hello, Polly Wally. Here's my sweet kitty Winnie. You're my sweet girl. But if I woke up in a world where animals could talk, I fully expect that she would sound like Patrick Stewart. Like, I just minding my own business and she'd go, human, I command that you cease what you are doing immediately, for I require pats, scritches, and forehead kisses. And something called tea Earl Grey hot. I don't know what it is, but I am craving it and now have the ability to express that. And there would probably be a bunny rabbit somewhere who sounded like James Earl Jones. So my Parks and Rec ass hometown has a seasonal high school sports insert in their newspaper that looks like gay porn. Like I saw the first issue of it sitting on my parents' counter. It had 2 football players from different schools standing back to back like this. And the title is Inside the Locker Room. When I told my parents what I thought it looked like, I expected them to tell me to get my mind out of the gutter. They did not. They said, oh my God, it does. So if Carl and Sandra from Adrian, Michigan know that something looks like gay porn, it looks like gay porn. It was probably on purpose. Like, I'm just imagining the 3 sports reporters for the town getting together and one saying, listen, guys, I know that reporting on sports in this town is boring, but I've got an idea on how to spice it up. A high school sports insert that is inspired by homoerotica. As you can see by my mock-ups, we've got the football players, of course, and then we've got swimmers who clearly stuffed their Speedos, the baseball players holding their bats at a certain angle, one wrestler pinning another down, and then we've got a gymnast helping another gymnast stretch out, and softball players for the lesbian. Okay, Todd, what's your question? So what's the football that's sitting on the grass? Come on, don't tell me you've never met someone who would fuck a football. Okay, then what's the boy dressed head to toe in leather walking another boy on a leash? That's a new track and field event. That's what we're going with. And all right, so when people inevitably complain about it, we're going to deny, and tell them that they're the ones who are sexualizing children, and how dare they? Now, who wants to place bets on how long it'll take until we're shut down? I've been Lauren Harsh, and I hope I didn't harsh your vibe.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. Woo! Thank you, Lauren. Whoa, someone has a nice picture there. I like that.
What was that?
Just like a nice background.
Is that the lake from the campsite that you're at?
That was one of the other counselors. I think they're gonna go up later.
I think his body's in that lake. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not a horror movie. It's just all it's not haunted. We're fine. We're fine, Pratik. Stop staring like that. Our next comedian, get on down here, Nick Lindman.
Oh,
hello, everyone. Nice to be here. I'm gonna tell you a story tonight. I've been telling a lot of stories in my bits lately, and this one is about my engagement. It was way too short. I can tell you that right off the bat, because when you're young, being romantic and being a complete moron are pretty close together, and you haven't learned that yet. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory. It wasn't really a little backstory. On our first date, I had the brilliant idea of taking her to a sci-fi movie, a little indie movie called Bubba Hotep. And as almost no one knows, Bubba Hotep stars Bruce Campbell and O.C. Davis playing elderly Elvis and JFK, who's been dyed black, who are living in a West Texas nursing home. And then they fight a mummy. So I had the brilliant idea of taking a first date to a movie where JFK and Elvis fight a mummy. And I expected some blowback. I'm not going to lie. I fully anticipated having to sit through Under the Tuscan Sun or whatever Kate Hudson bullshit was in the theaters at the time. I was prepared for that. What I wasn't prepared was for her to act like it was the best movie she had ever seen. So funny. It was so original. I would have never seen this without you. I'm so glad I saw this. Keyword, acted. Fast forward a few short months, and it's the Tuesday before the wedding, the destination wedding that my folks are already in town for. I work at the local gallery mall, going to the Suncoast Video, which was a thing at the time. And what do you know, Bubba Hotep has just that morning been released on DVD. So the movie we saw on the first date had just been released on DVD the Tuesday before the wedding. If you're keeping score at home, that's what you call not long enough, not by a long shot, like 3 years too short. So I, of course, buy a copy, thinking I'm doing the most romantic thing in the world, find her in the food court and say, honey, look what I found. And she says, ooh, yeah. I mean, it was our first date and all, but that movie's terrible. I'm never watching that date again. And I've had a lot of time to think about it. What offended me is that she didn't realize that was a forever lie, because that's a cute story at our 50th wedding anniversary. When we're still 4 days from the wedding, like, ooh, it's kind of a slap in the face. And to be honest, I almost packed up the car and drove home right then. The only thing that stopped me was I knew on the way out of Dodge, I would have to stop and have a conversation with my mom. And at some point, I would have to say the sentence, no. Turns out she didn't like the movie where JFK fought a mummy. I'm calling the whole thing off. In retrospect, absolutely should have said, turns out she didn't like the Mummy movie. I'm bouncing. Sorry you wasted the miles. One other thing. I completely don't understand caffeine-free Red Bull. Why is that a thing? And whoever said they needed that? Are there really that many bros walking into the 7-Eleven going, I want to desecrate my body a little bit tonight, but I still do have an 8 a.m. tomorrow, so I'd like to be in bed at a reasonable hour. I'm Nick Lindemann. That's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the caffeine-free Red Bull is just to wean off of it, to water down. Like if you're drinking 2 Red Bulls, you just mix it 50-50, like a little Arnold
Nicorette.
It's a decaf. It's just half as much and twice. I don't know. I'm not a bartender. I don't know these things. I assume that bartenders use it when they want people to go home, maybe. They just sneak it in there. You guys are going to be here all night. No, but if you have a Red Bull right now at home, if you have a Red Bull, please drink it. Please drink it. I'll keep moving along, but you guys can help keep the energy up by drinking Red Bulls, not the caffeine-free ones. Our next comedian, please welcome Rachel Foglato.
Yo.
All right. What's up, guys? We masturbating in quarantine? Yeah, no. Do you ever wonder how women knew when to stop masturbating before batteries? Because, vibrators are my potato chips. I will just keep having another orgasm until it's empty. That's how I know when to stop. I actually used to think I was a victim because instead of getting kink shamed, I would get vanilla shamed because I just like the same thing. And I would just say, sorry, I come really easily, but then I realized it's because I have orgasm privilege, which is a whole other privilege. I just need 5 minutes in a firm surface and that's it. It doesn't get much more than that. I think it's honestly the main reason I just defaulted to men because I didn't have to do anything. They just came to me, I questioned my identity as a straight woman because when I had sex with men, I actually came. When I would talk to other straight women, I would have to faking it. It's a weird conversation. Oh yeah, no, it's weird for me too. I never come. I don't know why I've always came so easily. I think it's because I slept with 30-year-olds as a teenager. And yeah, everybody gets weird during that because nobody likes to hear when a 35-year-old man starts dating an 18-year-old. Sure, they can't find emotional maturity, but you know what they can find? The clitoris. You know what 20-something dudes usually can't find? The first time I slept with a guy my own age, I was like 22. I was pissed, okay? Like, it was a very upsetting time. I've always had a fantasy where I have sex with a clone of myself, and I don't know if that's gay or narcissistic. Okay, cool. I know. I like don't know anybody here hardly, and I just came hard with the coming, and I'm sort of sorry. But I'm not, because 2020 has been a really fucked up year, and if we can't unite on orgasms, what are we going to do? Really? Like, your clitoris or against us? That's my campaign slogan. Please write my name in. I found out I have ADHD as an adult, and it made me realize like having ADD as a teenager and not knowing it is like being in a blackout every time you try to study. Because like, you know, I could read a whole book and not retain anything that I read. And I think it's why it actually doesn't bother me now to black out when I drink too much. Because I'm like, what? I was there, you know, like I put in the work. What's the problem? People, I'll go to a party, have a conversation, and someone will be like, I can't believe you don't remember that whole conversation. And I'm like, I don't know, do you remember what happened at the end of Animal Farm? Like, I mean, other than society's bad, don't have kids. Like, what else? That's the main idea. That's all you need to, okay, that's new. Just fucking around. Animal Farm, cool. My therapist, I'll tell you how you know you have ADHD. If you're late to Zoom meetings in quarantine. Yeah, I don't know who needs it. Like, my parents got divorced when I was a kid, spoiler alert. And I know you're probably thinking that's why she has daddy issues. And I just want to say that having divorced parents doesn't cause daddy issues. You develop daddy issues when you learn there was no custody battle. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when my parents got divorced when I was a child, I never thought it was my fault until people started telling me it wasn't my fault. Why do we do that? Stop doing that. You're creating problems. Okay, that's all I wanted to talk about. My name is Rachel Fogletto. Check in on your dickhead friends. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Rachel brings it. That was she really brought it. That was awesome. It was great having you. Good seeing you. We're gonna keep it rolling, guys. We have a great list of great people, and that's what I say when I'm looking for the next. I don't know if they're here. Is Jeffrey Graham?
Right here. I'm waving my hand. Oh, wait. Hold on. My video's not on. Oops.
Oh, yeah. That makes it very hard to. There we go. Okay. Jeffrey Graham. Please welcome Jeffrey Graham. And he's also even G on there. So it's even harder for me to just the right person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. My son finds it hilarious to go into my Zoom account and change it to his name. Yeah. And so, like, at this point, I just forgot about changing it back. But so let's dive right in. Fun fact about me is I have bipolar. And for those of you that don't know what it feels like you're Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street when he's on cocaine half the time. And then the other half the time, you're Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street when he's on Quaaludes. Yeah. And but like I've had a lot of issues with addictions as a bipolar. It's a shame to admit. Coke, Klonopin, watching the movie Titanic, codeine laced cough syrup, just codeine with no cough syrup, gambling, video games, sex, making lists on pieces of paper, and sugar-free gum. I'm still waiting for Titanic 2 though, where Leonardo DiCaprio plays the role of Jack Sparrow, and the Titanic rises to the surface. But the hardest one to break was these things called hippie speedballs. So it's where you drink about 5 Red Bulls. I know somebody was talking about Red Bull earlier. And then you smoke weed to balance yourself out. And things got so bad, I went to a 12-step meeting. And this guy came up to me and was like, you used to smoke meth, didn't you? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, when I couldn't score meth, I would do like you're doing and drink Red Bull and smoke weed. And I was like, Jesus, man. So you mean meth was the gateway drug? And I went straight to the hard shit? But now I've discovered that hippie speedballs, those are just a gateway drug for the free coffee and donuts that I'm getting at these meetings. But but through it all, I've managed to stay married for over 15 years now. And oh wow, feels great to be acknowledged by somebody. But my wife, she's a lot different. She's older and she's employed. And I asked my wife, I said, what was it you liked about me the night we met? And she's like, I'm gonna be honest, me and my friends, we thought you're on coke, but I don't care because I like hot guys with a crazy edge. And I was like, first off, I didn't know I was a fetish. But secondly, I didn't know there was such thing as a crazy edge, you know? You either get all the crazy or none. It's like saying you want a Pringle. I mean, either as soon as you take one Pringle, you're gonna end up eating all of it. So, and we had very different single lives too. Her single life was filled with partying and snorting cocaine and hooking up with hot guys. And mine was filled with rejection and also hooking up with hot guys. Well, a hot guy, myself. And when I said hot, I meant I would work up a sweat while masturbating. But one insecurity of mine was the fact that I was uncircumcised and girls were iffy about giving me a blowjob. And I thought my wife, I thought she'd be nicer, but no, she refused to give me a blowjob. She called it the anteater and she said, quote, I don't do foreskin. And I was like, wait, I thought you said you like crazy edges. So at the age of 35, I got an adult circumcision because until death do us part is a long time to go without a blowjob. But she still won't give me a blowjob. Now she blames it on my hairy bush. So at this point, she's running out of excuses and I'm running out of things to cut off. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeffrey Graham. We had a little bit of a hiccup there at the beginning of Zoom, but I want to tell you guys what almost happened to me. I came like a millimeter from this. So at work we use Microsoft Teams for almost every meeting except when it's a meeting with executives, like very high up people, and they shell out for the Zoom, like the Zoom Premium for them. And I only go on those meetings once a month. Otherwise, I use my Zoom exclusively for this open mic. And I change my virtual background a lot. And I had this as my background, and I almost started my video in the meeting, and it was this. And like I almost just like, and they were like, "Hey, Mark, why don't you go on camera?" And I was about to click start video, and then I went, "Wait a minute! Last time I used this, it was like 4 a.m, and I was fucking around." And I don't know. I'd be like, "This is like, it's an art project. It's an art project.
That's fucking hentai.
Reptar?
It is Godzilla in a maid outfit with
Jesus
a penis."
Christ.
Yeah.
I look at that shit for work. God damn it.
Yeah.
What an ambitious crossover.
I can't make it go away. I can't make it go away. All right, I made it go away. Our next comedian, oh my God, I hope his background is even more exciting than that. Where is he at? Where is Yash at? Where's Yash Punati?
Here.
There you go. Yeah, wait, I don't see you now. Okay. Sorry. There, Yash Punati. There we go.
Hey guys. Hello. I've noticed that the American tastes have evolved a lot since the 1980s when I came here. Back then, the choice of spices ranged from salt and pepper at one end and ketchup at the other end. So it's a wide range there. But today, the Joe Six-Pack in Middle America is actually topping his cereal with sriracha sauce. So I guess people are taking all kinds of chances now, right? Remember, Columbus was looking for India to buy spices, but got lost. Which is interesting because I run into white people all the time in Indian stores who are still looking for spices, but seem lost in those aisles. Yes. I mean, is cardamom the one that goes into chai tea, or is it cumin? These kind of questions. Or, one guy was saying, looks like I'll need to get a home equity loan to buy that saffron. Right? Back in the 80s, there were not many Indians around. And I remember watching the movie Gandhi in a theater in Iowa. The theater was full of white people and just me. One Indian guy representing all the billion or so. And anytime anything bizarre happened on screen, everybody would look at me. Really? Is that how things are done over there? So they basically were looking for me to explain or rationalize whatever was going on the stage. The first time I remember when Gandhi walked out in his loincloth and topless, my buddy goes, "Is that how people dress in India?" I said, sure, but I mean, check out his cool six-pack though, right? When that Indiana Jones movie released, folks would stop me and ask me, do you guys really eat monkey brain? Silly question, right? I mean, monkey brain is only for special occasions, kind of like you guys do surf and turf, right? Not all the time. God, I mean, I felt like telling them, dude, it's not a documentary, you morons. I mean, it's a fiction thing, right? Anyway, of course, it does cut both ways because our views of the Americans were completely influenced by Hollywood movies. So much so that when I walked out of JFK Airport, I expected, a blonde and a brunette to meet me and take me home. See that? I said a blonde and a brunette right there. Even in my fantasies, I'm trying to be fair. No biases at all. I mean, some of you may be asking, what about redheads, blacks, or Hispanics? I mean, I totally agree, right? And I blame Hollywood for not having enough of these people represented in movies, thereby depriving them of roles in my fantasies. I mean, so many stereotypes for us Indians. Which one should I conform to? Definitely not the singing, dancing Bollywood one, nor the bobble-headed, thank you, come again one, right? I mean, after these 37 years in the US, I'm still trying to figure out the right pigeonhole for me. Till I do that, I will continue to be a mixed metaphor for that confused immigrant influenced by movies and shows like, Godfather or Sopranos or Mrs. Maisel. I mean, I know my pastas and how to cook them al dente. And I'm still trying to figure out if I'm a mensch or a schmuck because I've been called both. Thank you. That's my time, guys.
Yay! Thank you, Yash. Thank you. Thank you, Yash. Great stuff. We're going to keep rolling. Not even doing time. That's how we're doing it. We're rolling through here. This is so exciting to me to do this. I'm looking for our next comedian, which is, where's Victoria at? I don't see Victoria. Oh, there. Victoria Fonbell, you're all the way to the right. Yeah, I just scrolled 3 times. Thank you, Victoria.
Hey, what's up? Are you guys tired?
No.
I am exhausted, man. How is it going? Thank you so much for having me to your couch or to your floor. We bought a couch and I still sit on the floor. Is anyone else a millennial? Just want to get a vibe check real quick. What an exciting time to be a part-time intern, guys. It really doesn't get any better than this. I'm in the middle of changing careers, which I'm really excited about, but I'm also in the middle of deciding whether I'm going to run for alderman or just run away from my problems as far as my asthma inhaler will take me. What I'm trying to say is I really related to that material about ADHD because I also discovered I have ADHD as an adult. Again, what I'm trying to say is that I went to Six Flags 11 months ago and I still have a $17 payment left in the month of August. Did you know that Hurricane Harbor at Six Flags is open, the water park? I feel like if they can rise again from the ashes during COVID, then why not I? Why not I? This year at Six Flags, get whiplash and COVID-19. Die doing something you love. Hey, we got any queer folks in the crowd tonight? Yeah. Go ahead, out yourself. All your parents are here. What's up? What's up? This is a tough thing for me to be on this mic, assuming a lot of people are straight. Not because I have anything against straight people, but just because a rule I implemented for myself to connect with my community. It's called No Straights After 8. Super simple. We work on Eastern time. After 8, I don't talk to any straight people. That means for straight people from California, I only talk to you during business hours. And frankly, why would I want to talk to any straight people from California anytime? I got to limit them somehow. Anyway, sorry, California. If California is on here, I'm so sorry. I love you. Your temperate climate, Purple Mountain Majesties, the whole bit. You know what? That seemed too American. I'm going to get canceled for being too patriotic. You know what? Fuck the police, right? Okay, you know what? No. You ever been an activist and then you try to transition back into open mic comedy? Neither have I. I've mostly been on Twitter, but I'm trying my best. Man, did I get the light? You know, like it could be going any direction now. It's late at night. We're gonna tell a few more little jokes. I'm super in debt because I recently ordered a car online from Carvana just to meet the hot girl from the commercial. It kind of seems like Tivana was a gateway drug all along. As I mentioned, I'm gay, but mostly just for the tax benefits. It's a decision, you know, I don't take lightly. I make that decision every single day. No, it's not a decision. You know what? I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of corporations co-opting our identities. You know, they really went big for Pride this year. They co-opted the LGBT movement and the Black Lives Matter movement. It's like a 2-for-1 special on fucking up people's lives. But like on a completely unrelated note, before I get out of here, this set was sponsored by Bank of America. Thank you so much, Bank of America. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I've been Victoria Fonbell. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% sort of a bitch. Anyway, have a great night, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Victoria Fonbell. Hey guys, we're about the halfway point of the list, which is really exciting, which means one thing and one thing only. Host switch. I'm going to switch off, guys. I'm going to bring up your favorite bearded comedian, Pratik Srivastava.
What's going on?
Yo.
Give it up for the Jeff Dunham to my puppet Mark Hornbeck, you guys. Hell yeah. He's the maestro. I'm just here. I'm just a vessel for all of this. This is cool. If you want, after this mic, I host a mic in my beard. It's pretty cool. You don't have to sign up. You just do this. You just tug on it. You get a spot. There's no light though. I just do that, and that's how you know you're done. It's pretty cool. Right. We Venmo. We do everything. We got a lot of bandwidth in this beard. You can do it. My hand is sweating right now. If you can see this, because I turned off my fan because I don't need any outside echoes. This is a professionally run setup. All right. This is basically a panic room that's designed to look like my childhood bedroom. Give it up, you guys. Hell yeah. 24 style interrogation light going, you know, so that I can be interrogated and asked if I've ever uttered the phrase Allahu Akbar, which I've not. And I've seen the show Rami a couple times, so I know what the hell I'm doing, you guys. I am a professional. That's great. Real quick, I read that there is now vegan steak. And
yeah.
No, because here's the thing. It's not just regular vegan steak. It's 3D printed vegan steak. No, I don't want anything coming out of my printer. I'm not going to eat anything from my printer. I don't want A1 steak sauce to be sold on the printer cartridge market. I don't want it to be sold for $89.99 with a mail-in rebate. I don't need that shit. I don't want to eat a steak that looks like it was made at Legoland. I don't want that. I don't need that at all. I don't want Kinko's to become a steakhouse. I don't need, right? I'm not knocking veganism, I'm not knocking healthy food. Hey, I didn't eat beef as a child, all right? I wasn't one of these kids that was like, I got to eat everything as a kid. And then when I was 12, I read Fast Food Nation and I was like, oh man, it's kind of shitty out there. I should try to be vegan. No. I didn't eat beef as a child, all right? You don't know the horrors that I went through, all right? I'm like a Vietnam War veteran. You weren't there, man. You know what my hamburger hill was? It was actual hamburgers at Hot Lunch Day that I didn't get to eat. And then I got chased around the goddamn school by my bullies who are named, and I'm going to use their real names because I don't give a fuck. Their names are Brad Grayson and Jason Hummel. Yeah, I just said it's okay if Cars.com loses 2 sales managers. I really do not give a fuck. I lied, though. They're not sales managers. They are 35-year-old interns at Cars.com, all right? Fuck them. Yeah, I didn't eat beef as a child, and I got mocked for it. People made fun of me for it. They were always like, oh, Pratik, oh, you don't eat beef? Oh, where are your balls, Pratik? And these are other Indian people doing this to me, you guys. Yes, we hate each other. We don't get along. I have a cousin in India who eats beef in India where the cows are sacred. Somehow he has found some sort of underground cow railroad and has found these hamburgers. He eats beef over there. He's chomping on them, making fun of me, going, hey, Pratik, where are your balls? And I got to say something back, right? I got to emasculate my cousin. So you know what I say? I said, hey, Darvesh, you want to know where my balls are? They're right here underneath my rock hard penis because all the blood is flowing correctly to my penis because my arteries are not clogged by beef. Am I right, Zoom? And I hate Darvesh because he's always like, oh, Pratik, oh, I call my penis the manager because white women are always asking for it. Fuck you, Darvesh. He's an asshole. You know who's not an asshole? Next comedian coming to the stage, a local of Chicago. Give it up for Will Pock, you guys.
Guys, how's it going? Thanks, Pratik. Yeah, this quarantine's been like there's a lot of things I miss about being in civil society. Like I miss popping pimples in the public restroom and having people walk in on me.
Oh.
I really miss that. I'm also trying to be like better at socializing with people, so I'm trying to like look up a bunch of fun facts to use as conversation starters. And I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know that in a year, Spider-Man swallows up to 8 to 10 humans in his sleep at night? I'm sorry. I used a rich guy's umbrella the other day, and it was a game changer. Like those things open like Star Wars doors. Like I just opened it and it was like, you know, like it was like it opens and it's just like good evening. It just feels luxurious. Like I never had that. Like all my umbrellas, they like get stuck and then I try to open them and they go like, you know, and then it does that like dumb pentagon thing because one of the metal things is broken. I grew up around a lot of white people. Like I grew up around a lot of you guys, and I dated a few white people too. And it's the best part about dating a white person is meeting the parents. That's so much fun, you know, like meeting the dads. You just come out and you're like, yeah, you didn't expect one of these, did you? and then I bow and do a little Pearl Harbor. It's a great little bit. I feel like there's a point in your life where your parents stop being useful to you. And usually that happens when you're like late 20s, early 30s. If your parents are immigrants, that shit happens when you're like 5, you know, like I finished reading Frog and Toad Are Friends, and my dad was like, great, you can contest all my speeding tickets. You can do that now. Like I'll give you an example. Like when I became of drug age, I asked my dad, I was like, hey, what am I gonna do if someone offers me drugs? And this was the advice he gave me. He said, first, you say that drugs are for losers. I was like, yeah, you do that. That's a good thing to do. And then he said, make a joke. He didn't give me a joke. He just told me to like improv my way out of being offered marijuana. And then the third thing he said was just call them dummy. Those were his 3 like big pieces of advice. And that's like later I was like, Dad, how do I like ask a girl? And I was like, I don't know. All I know is how to like kill communists with biscuits. You know, go speak to someone else about this. I was thinking about Southern hospitality the other day, and I feel like only like white people talk about Southern hospitality because like to the rest of us it seems like a threat, you know? Like if a white person came up to me and they were like, hey, can I treat you to some Southern hospitality? I was like, I'm either gonna die or eat a peach cobbler, and both don't sound very desirable. Yeah, these are all these jokes I'm gonna use to start my cover letters. I feel like a cover letter is just like begging for your life in a very calm voice. That's what it is, really. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Yo! Yay! Talk, everybody. Yeah. Hey. I don't know why it's okay. Yeah. I needed to get my microphone that's not plugged in because we got to be professional here, you guys. Hell
Come
yeah.
on now, T.
Look at this nose covering that on the microphone. Remember, you can't raw dog these mics anymore. You got to put a Muppet nose style covering on this microphone. We know,
But it sounds so much better when you raw dog it, dude. Just like sex.
Raw dog it, dude.
Get it off.
Look at that. Look at that. That's cool. It looks
Beautiful.
like the Epcot Center logo. Look at that.
Remember holding
Hell
mics,
yeah.
everybody?
All right. Settle down in the back, right? School's in session, y'all. Your next performer coming to the stage. I've seen this guy on the Zoom circuit. Give it up for Gio Wagner, y'all.
How's everybody doing?
Yay. Good.
Oh, so excited. You guys must be having a great day.
Yeah.
Now, I saw that mic. It seemed awfully big. Do you think he's overcompensating for something?
Ooh.
Earlier, one of the comics was talking about bipolar. I always thought bipolar was a bear that went both ways.
Hey.
And yeah, with the quarantine, as guys, we can't get our hair cut, so we have to focus elsewhere. And so I've been working on kind of that manscaping, stylish idea. What do you do with the area down there? And I tried the little, like the palm tree, and I tried the little rainbow clown wig. Maybe do a little of those, what do they call those things? Just doing the side, the fades, and do the little side, maybe a rocket or a train, but that might be a little too, on the mark. I don't know. Well, it's a big question that was always, do you shave it all off or do you trim it? Well, I'm a little hairy, so shaving would just be like a clean spot on a dirty floor, so it just wouldn't work. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys may have heard earlier, I was in the car earlier. I just got home, and on the way here, some guy wanted to get in, so I was nice. I let him in, and when you do that, all you really want, is the wave, right? Some acknowledgement. You did something nice. He didn't give me the wave, so I pull up next to him. I look over, still no wave. So I put him into the wall. I put him into the wall hard, because if you don't teach them, they'll never learn. And you know what? He learned. He was waving. It was the single finger wave, but it was a start. But it did give me that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you help somebody improve themselves. During this pandemic, we have a lot of debate over whether you should wear a mask. One of the big, reasons that they think they shouldn't wear a mask is that it would, quote, ruin God's beautiful breathing system. Wouldn't a ventilator tube also do that? And death would kind of really fuck it up, I think. Maybe that's just me. But, listen, Karen, really, your face will look much better with the mask on, trust me. The funny thing is, there's a company that puts your face imprinted on the mask. I'm going to get one of those, and I just want to wear it crooked. Or better yet, go in with a friend of mine and each get it done and then swap masks. So I'd be wearing his face, he'd be wearing my face. But I have to admire the fact that they can pull in all these conspiracy theories together into one storyline. They got the massive, forcing us to comply. The social distancing is preparing us to march. The 5G is preparing us to take, messages in our head. I really want to know what they're going to do with Bigfoot. How's he going to fit into this? Because he's got that social distancing down pat. So I've got a couple seconds. I'm going to end on this one. Fruit punch. Is that a hate crime? All right. I'm Gio Wagner. That is my time.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hell yeah. To answer anyone's questions about whether or not I am overcompensating, I say I'll let my 1998 Camaro Z28 do the talking if I'm overcompensating. Am I right? Currently in police impound. What? We know what the fuck is going on. Lombard PD, they're doing a good job. Lilac lives matter because we're the lilac town. That's why it's okay for me to say that. That's cool. All right. Your next performer coming to the stage. I don't know this, but I'm going to take a guess and assume he is the heir to the Hudson Newsstand throne. Give it up for Chris Hudson, you guys.
Hey. As you can see, everything's going really well. It's going so well. I'm dematerializing, actually. I moved across the country right before COVID hit. I moved from Baltimore to Portland, and a lot of people in Portland don't think that Baltimore's a progressive city, but it is. I mean, it is a progressive city, I think. I mean, yes, they do use the gay F word in traffic, but I think it's progressive to call another man fabulous because you like the way he looks. I moved from a city where you pay your rent with money to a city where you just manifest your rent. So I'm having a good time just imagining my landlord with money. The stores are starting to open up again. I walked past an antique store the other day, and I didn't think I could go in it because I'm single. And when you're single and going to an antique store, they think you're creepy and trying to steal stuff. And it's like, hey, I'm just trying to test how many of these 1890s doorknob handles I could fit into my pockets. All right. Folks, the French are at it again. They've decided that COVID-19 is a feminine noun. The La Académie Française, who decide if the French nouns are lait or la, decided that it would be la COVID. So the French are blaming women for COVID. Maybe they should get a little bit more woke, those French people. With their baguettes. All right. I love that everybody, the hidden benefit, like the hidden benefit of this whole COVID thing is that you can make whatever life you wanted pre-COVID. No one's going to check you on it. You could be like, oh yeah, I almost had a pilot get picked up by Comedy Central before COVID hit. And then of course, that got thrown out. And I was headlining, doing weekends across the country. Then COVID hit, and doing Zoom now. Oh man, what a bad time in history to have allergies, right? As everything opened up again, and so did my allergies. It's you guys ever sneeze in public now? You guys ever do that? People look at you like you picked up a kitten out of a cardboard box and then punched it in the face. It's the second my medication stops working, I sneeze like 3 times in a row into my mask, and then I get asked to leave a CVS. It's like, you guys don't understand. I'm here to buy medication for what just happened, for my allergy. And they're like, no, please, sir, please leave. This is, we don't accept COVID here. Oh man. So churches aren't doing masks because they're exempt. So that's pretty crazy. Do you think that they changed their sermon up? Like, hey, we're all going to meet Jesus way sooner now. So go ahead and sing those hymns at the top of your lungs. Your spit is holy. It is protected by a force field. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yo, what was that? What was he saying about kittens there? What was he saying about?
Oh my god.
That kitten's cool. Hell yeah. That's a mean kitten, baby. Give it up for Chris Hudson, you guys, telling Stan instead of Doom 2, the video game. Hell yeah. I think C-3PO wants us to move it along. So your next performer coming to the stage, yeah, give it up for this C-3PO mug. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, you guys. Look at this. You're not gonna find this at some startup's break room. No, this is only exclusive at my parents' house, which is at 1091 West Chedron Way in Lombard, Illinois, 60148. I changed one number in that address, so guess which one it is. Your next performer coming to the stage got selected pre-COVID for the Skankfest Comedy Festival, and that's going to come back at some point. I don't know when. He also let me stay on his couch. Give it up for Yashar Coffee, you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it got postponed again to the March of 2021. So,
oh shit.
yeah, it's okay. Better than dying. with a ventilator in your mouth. I know a COVID denier. He comes on Facebook and presents you with these made up facts. And I had no idea so many high school dropouts are infectious disease doctors now. Herd immunity, bro. The Swedish model. I mean, I was on Joe Rogan, vitamin D immunity. Shut the fuck up, wear a mask. Shut the fuck up, wear a mask. Yeah. If that guy gets COVID and they put him on a ventilator, I make sure to go to the hospital and defecate inside his ventilator and kill him, because he doesn't deserve that ventilator, because he's a COVID denier. That was my my little vent. My name is Yashar. I am from Iran. Thanks for not running away. That joke is written for the purpose of a comedy club where there are actual people around me, but the mic is fake. I'm using it out of habit. The other complaint that I have are about the people who hate on Zoom mics. Like, that's another thing you see a lot in LA. People go on Facebook like, man, I don't like these Zoom mics, man. I want to be on a real stage. You know, I want to do like real shows. And to be frank with you, I've seen most of them on real stages and they sucked. So the pandemic doesn't make that much of a difference. Take a dump on their stage. I wish I could have that kind of bowel movement to be able to jump on a stage and just defecate. I was a server at a restaurant, and one of my dreams was to defecate on someone's table when it's my last day. But the problem is I'm too shy to take off my pants and manage to actually take a shit on someone's table. But that would be the dream, if I have diarrhea and just explode on some asshole's table. These are not real jokes. They just occur to me to talk about these things. Vitamin C, yo. I think the news is very negative. They're only broadcasting things that help them get their ratings up. Like a few days ago, something really positive happened in Iraq and they didn't report on it. The ISIS spokesperson announced on that day that all operations targeting the United States citizens are suspended indefinitely. As killing Americans has been outsourced to Donald Trump. You see, they said if we waited 20 years before doing 9/11, a saint named Donald Trump would show up and kill more Americans than any terrorists out there. I just thought I had to share that. That's the funniest joke I got tonight. Yeah. Was told that a friend that we went to college with passed away 5 months ago. I was just informed, and it's very sad, but I kept trying to ask if it was for COVID, but they said no, it was a heart attack. Anyway, have a good night.
Yo!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Just delay it up. Hey, sure, it's okay. I got a faker microphone too. It's all right. Us brown dudes got to use fake microphones. We keep it woke up in here. We know what the hell's going on. This isn't even a microphone. This is a vape pen. That's what this is, you guys. That's what that is. That's what that is. Boom, boom, boom. All right, your next performer coming to the stage. Give it up for Alicia Rain.
Hey, thanks you guys for putting it on. It's a lot of fun, so I came back. So with COVID and stuff and just everything, I've been thinking about going on a diet for about 15 years, and I'm still narrowing it down. And some of the diets out there right now are just too intense, like the keto diet. Keno. Okay, that diet is so strict. Vegans are they're jealous of vegans. So there's that. Weight Watchers, Nope, I'm more of a wheel watcher. Okay. Pat, Vanna, buying vowels, solving word puzzles. Okay. Weight Watchers, you have points, you have to do addition, subtraction. Get your witchy math out of here. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. Bulimia, that's not for me. No, bulimia. Okay. That's the first half of bulimia. That's where I like to go. That's how I like to do it. Another diet that I think is just too intense is the fasting diet, which back in the 90s was called anorexia. But then you add Jesus to it and it just makes it divine. So that's fun. But I think that was his intention the whole time. He was like, you know what? I need to get back to my pre-baptism figure. And so we went out to the desert and starved himself until he hallucinated. And everybody was like, that's the way to go, because he is not only a Lord and Savior, he's also a diet guru. Okay. The Richard Simmons of Bethlehem, what that guy is. And it worked. When he died, he looked amazing. Okay, he looked fit. He didn't just look fit, he looked CrossFit. Okay. I recently quit smoking, which I'm very proud of myself. I smoked for so long that my smoking habit is old enough to legally buy its own cigarettes. So pretty proud of myself. The thing that always annoyed me though about smoking was the warning label, because just like it's cigarettes, we know that you're bad for us. You know, like the warning label is like a bad boyfriend who's like, I'm no good for you, baby.
Yeah.
I know. You have 8 credit cards and no job. That's bad news bears. You have a tramp stamp that are Chinese characters, and you're like, I think it means believe, and I'm like, I think you have bad news written all over you. I'm actually getting a text. Oh, it's me from the future saying, everyone you date is bad news, and thanks, future person. I know. I just want to do a couple of quick impressions. This is my impression of a young Ivanka Trump. Okay, a young Ivanka Trump. No, Dad, you can't go to the prom with me. This is my impression of a young Eric Trump. Please, Dad, go to the prom with me. Guys, thank you so much.
Yay, guys. Ups for quitting the cigarette habit. I'm not addicted to cigarettes, but you know what I'm addicted to? I'm addicted to reading the Live from New York Saturday Night Live book. I read this book 20 fucking times, you guys. Spoiler alert, Chevy Chase is a fucking asshole. Who knew that, you guys? Who fucking knew that? He's an asshole, and Lorne Michaels has had 5 wives, not at the same time. He's not Muslim. He knows what I'm talking about. That's cool. Why to make fun of Muslims? I am one. With this beard, I technically am. It's fine. My family's Hindu. They hate them. All right. Before I start a religion war, let's get our next performer up here. Hey, she was just seen on the show Cannonball, hosted by Miz from WWE. Give it up for Kristen Lumberg.
Yeah, hey, you guys. Hell yeah. I ate shit on that show, man. My body did a scorpion. Good thing I do yoga. You know what I'm saying? I do yoga. I'm a little bit spiritual like that. I'm like a yogi spiritual. That's as far as I go. I just went camping in Joshua Tree. Don't do that. You better don't. I got stung by a bee right next to my butthole. And, and then they closed down the camp the very next day because the bees were very aggressive. Now this is how the bees are very attracted to moisture in the desert because there's hardly any. So, wear underwear. ladies and some gentlemen too. You know, make sure you do that if you ever go camping out there. Man, that stung hard. That was bad, right in the butthole. So I'm Kristen Lundberg. This is Cletus. This is my cat torturing device. My cat hates this thing, and every time I play it, she runs under the bed, and then I chase her down. I just want to be your friend. Very aggressive, like a bee, like a desert bee. I stung her butthole last week with my butt. She didn't like that shit. But yeah, normally me and my cat are pretty chill. We're pretty like vibes. We're like, you know, we're like this. She's looking at me. There's nothing to do except to be. We don't need to make a fuss. We ain't gotta make a scene. We're just two little cats in quarantine. Moo moo. Don't be playing with your cat turds. Back in the litter box. You better don't. Her name's Moo Moo because she's a cat cow. You know that yoga move, cat cow. I wake up and spring out of bed. I just cat cow. All right. Yeah. So I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
And I grew up there with my mom. My mom was mean to me growing up. That's why I am the way I am. And she was mean to me. But the day I became a woman was the day I called my mom a fruit cup. And then I walked out the front door wearing her underwear. Okay, her Victoria's Secret silky panties. Yeah, that's right. I took them, bitch. And that's the day I became. That's how it's done, man. But I became mean myself, and I was mean to my little bro hair. You know, my little brother bro hair. And I remember one day he was licking a sucker. I said, "Billy, give me a lick." Which is a common request for Southern Ohio siblings. And he didn't want to do it. And so I broke his Buzz Lightyear CD-ROM game for Windows 5 as punishment. You know, and my mom heard it. My mom was like, "I'll give you a lick." And then she came down and she whooped my ass, which is a good thing. Anyway, I also stole my brother's Nintendo 64. That was to get into Cincinnati. Can't pay the toll, sell some shit you stole. Cincinnati, okay. This is an apology to my little bro here, and I'm gonna get out of here right now, okay. Sorry. Give me a lick. I'm sorry I smashed your CD-ROM. I'm sorry that your Nintendo's gone. I'm sorry I never shed a tear when I killed the game of Buzz Lightyear. Now, all right, that song's called "I Killed the Game." It's both an apology and a flex. That's it for me, you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kristen Lundberg. Let her hear it, y'all. Holy shit, this is cool.
Yeah.
So Kristen and I used to do a sketch show, and there was a sketch we did where she played "Devil Goes Down to Georgia" on the fiddle, and Charlie Daniels just died. So maybe in the fastest minute, you can give us a little "Devil Goes Down to Georgia."
Oh, yeah, maybe great sketch show. IO, right?
Don't tell her what to do.
IOV show, right?
Don't tell me what.
That was at IO. Whatever happened to that place? I think it's disappeared now. And
it was a child porn, right? It was child porn.
It was child porn. It was the best comedy theater voted near a Whole Foods and a strip club. It was great, you guys. All right. And your next performer was voted best performer, being intro by Pratik Srivastava at 11:27 p.m. on Sunday night. Give it up for Blake Champlin, you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. And look at my fakest mic. I got the fakest one of all, so suck it. Thank you. Hey, Kristen, speaking of scorpions, I was actually in of an ayahuasca ceremony last year, and one of my friends got stung by a scorpion. Can you imagine tripping your balls off and getting stung by a scorpion while that's happening? That was incredible. The guy took it like a champ, though. He was really cool about it, and you should have seen the size of his penis. So after that, it was pretty crazy. It was like an inch long at that point. Oh, so hey, Alicia, speaking of the keto diet, I'm actually on the keto diet right now, and you want to know one of the crazy side effects is it actually can make it constipated. I'm on so much stool softener right now that I'm afraid to fart. I got to take extra underwear with me everywhere I go. So I don't know if she's on here anymore, but Laura talked about being a cougar earlier. I actually like dating the older ones, but I'm talking about the men. I like dating older men. Good God. I actually dated a guy. We broke up about a year ago. He was 17 years older than me. Turns out I was the breadwinner. He wasn't a sugar daddy for me. I was the breadwinner, and he liked that because he was a big chubby guy. He liked bread, so worked out. And I like doing these Zoom mics. Actually, someone was saying people were complaining. I like doing them because I have a difficult time making friends. My anxiety, like I have no control over it when I meet people. It just pops up out of nowhere, and it doesn't seem to matter a person's sex or how big they are or small they are or tough they look or their race. At least I know my anxiety is not racist. That's what I'm glad about in this day and age. So happy for that. So my parents, my name's Blake, and my parents amazingly named me after iconic 80s evening soap opera character Blake Carrington from the show Dynasty, because my parents were wanting to show off their intelligence and our cultural reach in our all white town that I grew up in. It's amazing. They named me after a greedy, ruthless oil tycoon. They must have had high hopes, and I know their hopes have failed because I saw it on a daily basis. I mean, I'm doing open mics on a regular basis, and their hopes are gone. That's all I'm saying. Their hopes are gone. So, but I paid my parents back by actually joined the cancel culture movement, and I called my dad's job up, and I got him fired for being intolerant of lactose. We will have no intolerance in my family. And so eat it, Dad. Just don't eat dairy. I still love you. Just, I don't like your intolerance of things. And hey, my name's Blake Champlin. Thank you.
Hey, give it up for Blake Champlin, you guys. Look at that. Give it up for his microphone, you guys. This is my state-of-the-art microphone, you guys. Hell yeah. Look at that. Not from the Bahamas. This is from State and Lake, the Red Line. Somebody just gave this to me at the State and Lake Red Line. Chicago references, you guys. Your next performer coming to the stage. I think I met you once through Diego Atanasio in Chicago. Maybe, I don't remember. But give it up for Michael Harrison, you guys. Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Diego's a sweetheart.
He is. He's a good dude.
I know. I hope everyone here is doing well. I really do, which is such an odd thing to say now. I was talking to someone last week, and they were telling me they were having a bad day, and I was like, wait, there's good days now? When did that start happening? You know, because like we're in America. We're in the epicenter of the COVID-19. And I don't even need to be here. I'm Canadian. I could have left. Right? So I am really earning the citizenship. I don't know if you knew that. Like, and it's funny because a lot of people have been very nice. I had a lot of friends encourage me to go on government assistance. Right? That's amazing. I never once thought I'd see a bunch of Americans encourage an immigrant to collect unemployment. That is very fascinating. Right? Because things keep changing. One change I've noticed recently is apparently stay-at-home moms are just called moms. right? And I'll also notice that you can turn any room into a panic room if you just cough. 'Cause I don't know. One of the things I have been doing during this pandemic, I contacted my mom and I asked her to tell me stories about me as a kid to pass the time. And all she did was talk about how fat I was. That's all it seems to be that she remembers. Right? Just like, oh man, you were huge. Came at 11 pounds. I couldn't even get clothes on you. I'm like, yeah, but what was I like? It's like, you were hungry. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm very insecure, I think, about my looks and appearance. I really am, you know? I recently got a moisturizer that promised anti-aging results. So I put some on and I got this huge acne breakout and I was like, oh, it works. Okay, that's good. And now I'm here in America. This is my first election year. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. It's very strange for me to watch, right? Because it takes you guys 2 years to go through this. Like in Canada, it only takes 5 weeks. It takes you 2 years to pick a bad leader. You know what I mean? And people here, I feel like they're very aggressive. Like I've seen people take you off their Facebook friend list if they disagree with you. That's how much Americans hate fighting. They're just like, oh, Gladys doesn't agree with my stance on gun control. Well, she could stop being my fake friend then. Okay. You know, because like I'm a left winger, but I grew up in a family of right wingers. And I know well enough that most people vote on only 1 or 2 issues, right? So I could deal with anyone. I don't mind. I don't take anything personally. But here, people take it personally. I had one liberal friend yell at me, it's like, oh my God, Republicans just want refugees to die. And I was like, my uncle doesn't even know what a refugee is. You know what I mean? He just wanted tax break. You know, he's not a killer. He's just cheap. Let's focus on that. I will say this, one thing I missed in the pandemic is hockey. Hockey went away. Yeah. I love hockey very much. The only negative thing I think of hockey is I think hockey players are very bad fighters. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever seen a hockey player fight, but when they get into a fight with you, they drop their gloves and their stick. They throw away their weapons. That's their first go-to move. Don't need any of that. Then they take off their helmet so they could get punched in the face. Another weird strategy to watch at a hockey game. You know what I mean? Even like, I know that helmet's an inanimate object, but even it's like, what are you doing? Right? That is like my one job and you're not using me. And it's interesting, I guess, like, because it's not like you would ever see that in a war. Right? You'd never see a guy seeing an invading army like, oh, I'll just take away the helmet, throw away the gun, and throw a bunch of haymakers. We've got this. You know, we're going to win this for the Allies. Because I guess that's how you can tell that sport is a Canadian sport, because you can only play it if you have free healthcare. You're just sitting there like, oh, I can afford face stitches, you know? I just don't want to dent the helmet. That costs a couple $100. Anyways, thank you guys so much. My name is Mike Harrison. I appreciate it.
Hey!
Thank you.
Mike Harrison, let him hear you guys.
Yeah.
Hockey's, you know why hockey's great? Because their names are longer than mine. I love it. It's so great. They got like these long ass names with like 3 consonants in a row. It's like, oh, just say it phonetically. Like it's got like a C, Z, and a J now. Now I'm supposed to say that.
Right?
You know whose name is really phonetic? Our next performer coming to the stage. I think his name is also the name of a Steven Seagal character in a direct-to-DVD movie in the Walmart 99-cent bin. Give it up for Corey Strike, you guys.
Pratik, thank you. I don't know what phonetic means, but it sounds so exotic. I
It's
just
just a
love
Hindi
hearing
word.
it come out of your lips.
Funny.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm going to vent a little bit here, guys, I guess. Half my family is addicted to drugs. Just kidding. It's actually much worse than that. They're all in a pyramid scheme. I think pyramid schemes are even worse than actual pyramids because nobody who ever was forced to build the pyramids tried to actively recruit their family members into that endeavor. You don't hear the slaves who were building the pyramids talk about how great it was for their cardio. Oh my gosh, Ramses carrying around these 10,000 pound slabs has just done wonders for my heart, you know? Are you into BDSM at all? Because if so, I've got a lifestyle change you have to hear about. If you have to join now, you'll be buried alive with the pharaoh for all eternity. I'd much rather that than buy one of their fucking energy shakes. Quarantine's been super hard. I haven't been able to see my crack dealer nearly as much as I was used to. Yesterday I saw him and I forgot I owed him a ton of money. He really worked me over for it. He also told me I had to stop referring to him as my crack dealer and that he could lose his chiropractor's license over it. So it's kind of just a bummer all around. He does give me a great deal on cocaine though. It's like really relaxing. There was a big ruling the other day for Native Americans in Oklahoma last week. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm not like super familiar with what was going on, but the Supreme Court ruled that they were entitled to almost half of Oklahoma, including parts of Tulsa. So they must have done something fucking horrible. Jesus Christ, I can't imagine what you would have to do to be cursed with ownership of Oklahoma. They call it the Sooner State because you'd sooner do anything else than live in Oklahoma. Hey, okay. Lots of people are obsessed with podcasts now. I'm kind of trying to go the opposite way. I'm taking a break, calling it a pod fast. It's a reference to not listening to any podcasts and also how fast I've lost my pod of friends. Hey-o. I have been feeling a little bit loopy lately, a little bit off the ball. I went to my doctor and I also got diagnosed mentally ill. 10 points to anybody who can guess what it's for. Anybody? Let's see it on the board. I believe I'm a game show host, so I just haven't been taking my medicine much for that recently. It's not that I don't like taking medication. It's just I was conditioned from a very young age to not believe anybody who said there was something wrong with me. That's white privilege for you, I guess. I think a lot of my delusions have come from being raised by a single mom. She didn't really bother finding me a father figure, but she did buy me lots of father figurines. So there was Father's Day Ken and Beach Day Ken and Sexual Education Ken. That was just a regular Ken doll that she made a little clay penis for. That way I knew penises weren't supposed to fall off when you grew up. I did expect mine to detach though, so gender fluid Ken was way ahead of the game. The dolls were super fun to play with, actually. I kind of missed them, but once the other kids at school found me playing with them, it was incredibly traumatic. No kid should have to see their father figurine's head ripped off, even if it is reattachable. That's just not a realistic body image to present to a child. And yeah, I think I'll just leave you with that one word based on that bulimia stuff. Remember, guys, anorexia is never cool, but bulimia does go in and out. So thank you.
Yeah.
Corey Strike, you guys. Hell yeah. Cutting edge. Give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can hear the resignation in Tristan's. Yeah.
Yeah, I just came a little.
Damn it, I was hoping you didn't know it was me.
I know your voice too well, baby. Let's be honest here. My voice too. If I just turned off my thing, everybody would know what the hell I sound like. That's cool. All right, your next. We only got a handful of people left, right, Mark? Handful.
Small handful.
Stick around for that fastest minute.
Manageable.
We copyrighted that. The fastest minute in comedy. We copyrighted that as part of Fun Simulation. Stick around for that, you guys. Also, what is it? August 3rd is the anniversary show.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary to you guys. Your next performer coming to the stage. He might be related to Val Kilmer. You guys give it up for Paul Kilmer. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey.
My name is Paul. I sexually identify as a 37-year-old white male from Plainville, Connecticut. I like to tell people I'm completely safe. I do that because I don't look completely safe. And if I go on a date with someone, I don't want them to freak out, but they're going to. So, fun fact about me is I have autism, and if you don't laugh at any of my jokes, you're a bad person. And And if you don't know if you're a bad person, you're probably not going to laugh at any of my jokes. And if you need an example of what a bad person is, it's someone who doesn't wear shoes while they're shopping at Walmart. I just sound like a duck after a rainstorm walking across plastic. That's what that sounds like. And that's in your head now, and I'm not going to apologize. I did that. So one of the problems of having autism is I don't always understand questions or rhetorical questions. Like I had a guy come up to me and says, "Hey, Paul, I was with this girl last night. She was just another notch in the bedpost." And I'm just thinking he's just cutting notches in his bedpost. I don't know what it means. He's like just a sociopath, just cutting pieces of wood in his bedroom. I don't know. I don't know what anything means anymore. Nailed it. So another thing is that I just recently figured out what being on the rag meant. I used to tell people I was on the rag because I thought it meant you were just really busy. And then people would just look at me like I was insane, but go with it because they didn't want to be mean. And I was just like, be mean. It's hilarious. I basically told people that I was having my period for 20 years, and you know, that's just a waste of a perfectly good, awkward moment, don't you think? That was my crowd work. Anyway, so here's a joke for all the ladies. Here's a spicy joke for all the ladies or people who identify as ladies in the audience. So a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead walk into a bar and had a good time because I'm a feminist. No one's getting roofied. No one's getting roofied in my joke because that's not funny. Hey, Derek, how would you like if you walked into a bar and there was a horse there and you got roofied and you woke up and that horse was pounding you and you're like, why the long face? And that's not my joke, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. You guys are never going to be able to unhear that joke, and I did that. So I'm a magician, which makes me extra terrifying to know. I can do things like this. Ouch. I just want to let you know that I just burned myself for your admiration and choke me harder, Daddy. Well, anyway, I think this went well. Only one of you laughed, so hey, I did good in the other mic, so this one doesn't count. I love you guys. I want to give you all a big hug. I'm going to hold it until it's uncomfortable, and you guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woo.
Barely hear it.
Paul Kilmer, let him hear it, guys.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
It all counts. Just remember that, guys. Everything counts in life. All right, next up. If your next performer was in a duel, he could literally use his last name to finish that person in that duel. Give it up for Ed Smythe, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think they're here. I don't see him.
Ed, are you here? No.
Nope.
All right, so then up next, hey, he's been waiting very patiently. Oh boy, the man of the hour. Oh boy, give it up for Kevin Kellum.
Oh.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn on your video, Kevin, and unmute.
Is he around?
Probably on the radio.
Right on the radio.
It's a my Mac.
Skip
All
him
right,
some-
then if he's out, then Tristan.
No, Dan.
Shit.
It's
All
Dan.
right. I mean, give me a
Dan?
second to. Yeah, I'm here.
Which Dan is here? I think it's just
Danny
Tristan.
Yanko is gone too.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys got to get on this.
Yeah, I gotta hide my dick from the camera. All right.
Oh, no, you don't.
We gotta.
Tristan A. Smith, everybody, yay!
Yay!
Hey, give it up for your hosts, Pratik and Mark, for doing this. Or not. You don't have to clap for them if you don't like them.
Don't have to.
What'd you say, Mark?
Nobody has to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I advise people to clap for you, but if they're not going to, yeah, I guess I can't make it happen. I've been thinking lately about sort of the way. Well, fuck, what am I going to say? I'm thinking about like protesting and how that sort of changed lately, like with COVID-19, and like the Chicago. I live in Chicago, and we had like an interesting sort of time with protests. Like the first day the protests happened, it was a gigantic day in Chicago. It was a Saturday morning. They were happening all through downtown, and I work in downtown. I work at a like fancy office building downtown, and on the news, I'm watching the protests happen. I'm seeing them get bigger and bigger, and all of a sudden I see the protest turn into a riot, and I see this riot head in the direction of my job. And one thing like that's like, it's really weird to watch protests on TV and root for them to destroy your job. You know, like that's a weird thing to like to hope that like the riot fucks up. So like, because I wanted to get more time off work, and that was the only way that I could think of that happening. And it's very weird to like try to will a riot to your job. They got within a block of my job and then stopped, which is a shame because not only did I want them to like destroy my job, I wanted them to like set it on fire too. Like I wanted to make sure that that I was out of work till next year because they still paid us. They still had enough money to pay us. They just yeah. I'm back at work now. I think that's I'm thinking about that a lot because I'm back at work now and it sucks. I would much rather have my job be on fire, and like I'd feel safer as a person if my job was on fire instead of coming back. What else I want to talk about? Like on the day of the protests, the mayor of Chicago did this. She installed a curfew. She instilled a curfew in Chicago for about a week. And I remember, like, I decided to rebel. I wanted to rebel against the curfew because I thought it was unlawful. I thought it was unfair. Protesting is legal. We shouldn't have our actions like limited. So it's like I'm gonna fight the curfew. I'm gonna fight the man. That's what I told myself. So I broke the curfew. I broke the curfew every single day. But the first day of the curfew, I like went out for 30 minutes and then I realized I had to poop. And all of a sudden I had to decide like what mattered more to me, my activism or my pants being dry. I was like, I didn't know what I was going to choose. It's a weird thing to be like Black Lives Matter, but also my bowels are going to explode. And I got to choose that over Black people. Because I've never had that happen in my life. Can anyone tell I wasn't ready to do a set right now?
Not at all.
Like I'm not outside. I'm like all the tricks that I had to be performing are all gone.
Outside.
I can only be good if I'm outside. Damn it, Kevin! I needed you to be on this mic, Kevin, so I could have put on some pants and left my home. Kevin really fucked me. Somebody message Kevin right now and tell him Tristan needed him. Okay, cool.
Back now.
Good. So Kevin, I'm
Gotcha,
glad
Tristan.
Yeah.
Tristan, this is all my game. This is all my game, just to catch you off guard.
And here's the thing, like I just wanted to be clear that even though I thought you weren't in the room, I did want you to be messaged the things I was saying about you. Because I'm not going to talk about you behind your back. I want you to know that I think poorly of you in this moment. I would never like yeah. I'm not one of these open mic comics that talks about people behind their back. I talk about it behind their back
up,
and then forward it to them. All right, let's talk about open mic comedy. Can you believe they're bringing it back? Who asked for that? Like of all the essential services, like comedy in a park, that's what we fucking needed.
We need that, yeah.
Like that's, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And
there's already drama there too.
What'd you say?
Oh, there's already drama there too.
True, yes. God, the Chicago comedy scene can't go a week without killing ourselves. Truly, it is insane. And I'm sorry, this is very inside baseball for anybody in the Zoom room who's not from Chicago. But just let it be known, we're all stupid comedians. Like that's one thing that like performing on Zoom has really taught me. Like it's taught me just how much I love comedy. Like I love it so much that I would perform comedy and just about like for just about any reason for anybody. Like I'm really happy to perform comedy. But it also taught me just how much I hate comedians. I found out that like I'm just exposed to more comedians per day, and I was like, oh, I didn't need to know that I didn't like any of Atlanta's comedians. I now know that, but I didn't nobody needed to tell me that. I like 3 of you in this room, and 2 of you are the hosts. No, that's a joke. That's not. How did this happen? Mark, I don't even know. Like I feel like you invited me to your room to perform, and then I first bombed and then lashed out. So honestly, comedy is back. That's what we perform for. That's what we want. That's it for me. Give it up for Kevin Kellum.
I just wanted to say that Christine's listening to the whole thing, and then like about a minute ago, she just like looks over her shoulder, like, "What the fuck is Tristan doing?"
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. So your wife was concerned for me from
He was just
hearing
like,
me.
"What?"
Yes.
Yeah.
We all.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take over. I forgot that Kevin's up, but we got the fastest minute in comedy. If you just stick around, I think somebody just left. I'm sorry for them for just leaving, but
Somebody just screeched. Is that the cat?
that was
I think
not.
it was Kristen's violin.
Someone was tuning up a cat violin.
Yeah, somebody was doing something.
Yeah.
Cat gut violin. Get on down here, Kevin Kellum.
Oh wow! Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went to the bathroom for the 30 seconds when this happened, so that,
Of course.
it was just bad timing. So I'm trying to work on some coronavirus stuff, but none of it seems positive. Guess what? Hard to put a positive spin on a 9/11 death toll happening every day for 3 months. You know what I mean? Sorry, the numbers just don't add up funny in this whole thing. Americans, we've been able to do some amazing things. We put people on the moon. We beat the Nazis. So another thing is when we beat the Nazis, people at home made sacrifices for that. Did you know this? Like people would actually give rubber tires from their bicycles for the war effort. Children would do that. Now we can't ask grown people that act like children to cover their fucking mouth and nose for 30 minutes when they go into a mall. Like that's where we're at. Like things that are so fucking easy to do are so offensive because you're asking us to actually care and actively think about other people. All right, that's a premise, not a joke. One thing I can tell you is I work in radio. As they mentioned, they're joking about me being in radio. And radio is this world where you're supposed to make people happy all the time, but it's very hard to do that when your life isn't that great. I had a girlfriend. We were dating for 5 years. I was on the radio. I love the radio. I love the music. I love the songs. I just want to make people happy and say something silly into a microphone before a song comes on. And she wants to tell me that she does not love me anymore. She texted me while drunk with her girlfriends from St. Louis. Okay, while I was on the radio. That's how she broke up with me. Pretty brutal, right? Pretty brutal. Now, what's the worst part about that, Corey Strike? Worst part about that? St. Louis? You're gonna fucking break up with me from fucking St. Louis? Go somewhere nice. Go to the Wisconsin Dells. Have your girlfriend FaceTime you as you go down a water slide and just yell that I'm emotionally distant. Splash. St. Louis? Another thing is you're on the radio and you're hosting all these songs, and all these songs have suddenly become soundtracks for the worst day of your life. And you're the host of the soundtrack. The Killers, all these things that I've done. You know what I should have done? I should have cleaned the apartment when she went to New York with her family. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Not a real street, but you live on it now, Kevin. That's where you live, Kevin. Gotta get on air. Got to sell that Mountain Dew. Got to make these people smile in this minivan, Kevin. Come on now, Kev. They don't know why Lindsay isn't going to be at Christmas this year. Here we go. Click. This is 101 WKQX. And you just heard the band Pearl Jam with a song called Daughter. Oh, daughter, that's funny, daughter. That's something I'm never apparently. Okay, we're gonna be at the O'Reilly Auto Parts today from 12 to 3. And if you want to come out and get a free beer koozie, that would be great. She loved koozies. She really did. She loved beer koozies. One time we had a Koozmas instead of a Christmas, and we gave each other gifts on our beer koozies. If I give you a koozie and I put a note in it, will you give it to Lindsay because she's no longer responding to text messages? Okay, let's get back to the music. This next song is from Blink-182. It's called I Miss You. Who the fuck is picking the songs? It's been 2 years and I'm doing great. All right, thanks everybody. Time back to the room.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the fastest minute of comedy. If you're still here and you've never done it, I'm just gonna go through the list of people still here. So be careful. You might be up next. I'm just gonna run from camera. You're gonna get 60 seconds, and then I'm gonna move to the next person. We are starting with Gio, so I'm looking for Gio. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gio Wagner. Let's go.
The big mistake they made with the mask is they told people that they put the mask on to protect everybody else. We're selfish SOBs. If we had told everybody you were protecting yourselves, they'd probably be wearing masks today.
More advice. I like it. It's just a good point. It's just a fucking great point.
Yeah, selfish. Yeah. It's like fuck other people. I don't give a shit about anybody but me. Let's go to Cabo. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gio. We're getting on here, Chris Hudson.
Go.
So SpaceX is. I'm sure you saw them. They're testing their spaceships. They're practicing for all the billionaires to leave the planet, and they are not taking us with them. No, they are taking 25 supermodels so they can get a continent on Earth 2 and call it Fredland. Hey, ladies, want to come to Fredland on Earth 2? We're going to do a lot of camping because it's not finished.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. How's it get on here? Chris and Lumber, go.
All right. This one is for Charlie Daniels, and it's
Hell yeah. Rip it up, Lumber.
Rip it up.
Called The Devil Went Down to Joshua Tree.
Yeah. Tear it up.
Bumblebee stung me in the butthole. Made me feel like a nasty asshole. Don't go camping at Joshua Tree unless you want to get ass raped by a bee.
Fuck yeah, Lumber.
Good job.
Yeah, I was right.
Go.
Hey, so I have a degree in chemistry, right? And I find chemistry fascinating. You know, we understand that everything is made up of three particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons. Everything you've ever touched in your entire life is made up of those particles. Yet they still don't help me get laid. So that is no help for me. What's going on? We understand that the shape of a water molecule is bent, and that bend, chemically speaking, may actually be the most important thing to life. And one of the things that it does is it causes ice to float in water. Do you know what happens if ice didn't float in water? I still don't get laid. Man, this chemistry thing has never helped me in my entire life. Hey,
Yeah,
thank
thank you,
you.
Blake. Get it on your course strike. Go.
I'm bisexual, which lots of people disapprove of where I'm from, but buying sex is the only way I can get it reliably these days. So fuck those people. If you can't fuck people, make love to them who take money for sex. It'd be a lot easier for me to convince women to sleep with me because I have a monster cock, or at least I thought it would be. Unfortunately, it's one of those little Furby monsters from that Gremlins movie. So just kind of sucks. And I throw back the 30 seconds I have left.
Yeah, get on here.
Yeah, go.
So I have low self-esteem, which makes me a good stand-up comedian. People don't understand me because I don't understand their jokes, and you're not going to understand mine. But if I were in front of a real audience, they would be laughing, but they don't understand why. So I don't understand and you don't. So let's all go home. Let's not do anything. Let's just, maybe there's some chemicals that we can experiment with under the kitchen sink. I'm not saying I know how to make a bomb, but I do because I grew up in the 90s and that's all we did.
Get those FBI agents in here.
Put that down here, Tristan A. Smith.
Go. Like I've been trying to exercise lately. I've been doing a lot of walks, and I'm trying to walk 100 miles a month. That's what been my goal, and I've been doing pretty good on that. And I realized I'm not hot yet. That's been the real big blow to this. Is like I don't know how many miles away till I'm hot. Like if I just had a number to aim for, I could better hit it. But so far I've walked 200 miles, still not hot yet. I don't know what it takes. That's it for me.
Yeah, Tristan, go. Kevin,
go.
Oh shit. I had my nephew the other day. He's 10 years old. And at a family party where my brother's a cop and my sister's a teacher and I have another brother who's actually a chemical engineer. There you go, Blake. He go to me. He said, "Uncle Kevin, do you have a real job?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm on the radio." He's like, "No, do you have a real job?" He's 10 years old. He doesn't think radio is a real thing. If I told him I did a YouTube thing, he'd be like, "All right, well, you're a professional." Now you're just some asshole who comes and gives me free T-shirts whenever you come over to the house, you know. So that's what I am now.
Go.
Over the past 4 months now, I have saved a shit ton of money by not using Uber or Lyft. I have completely cut out alcohol. I have stopped eating meat, and I've also lost 20 pounds. And who knew all it would take is a global pandemic and me stopping the pursuit of my active, passionate dreams. Hooray!
Go.
No dreams, baby.
Dan's gonna do a short set. Go, Dan. Go.
Oh man, yeah. Well, my name's Dan, and you're correct. Reading for me is very hard.
Yeah.
All right, mask shaming. Why, Matt? Like the mask shaming, I don't get it. I went golfing and there was man, this is a set. Is this a speed round? Is this just like daily thoughts?
Yes.
I said reading for me was hard, and can I read it? I'm gonna read it out loud. Am I almost out? I think I have 15 seconds left. Hey, wait, listen, my sets have been so good lately. I've been playing them back in slow motion to help me improve, and it's dynamite. Just a tip on great sets. Watch them back in slow motion. Your own sets, not mine. Just work on yourself. You guys will be fine. Keep going. Like I have other ones. I have Zoom social etiquette. You know, it's funny. You don't know if I'm staring at you. Look, I feel like my 2 minutes are way past. And thank you for sliding me in at the end. That's weird. I say that on Saturdays usually, and it's Sunday. So, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for that.
It's all good, man. It's all good. You did about
Go.
a minute. 2 minutes. It took about 1 minute, and I was giving you an extra 2 minutes because you missed your set. But so that's why the timing seemed off. Totally makes sense. I totally get
Mark,
it.
you should do a minute.
No, I'm not gonna do a minute.
I'm frazzled.
I don't know, man. I'll start a timer. Like, okay. So this is a new bit I'm working on where I'm like, okay, I'm like this. I'm gonna tell a joke like this. No, like I think it's weird. Like in COVID times, like there's like two factions of people, and you don't really know like what faction someone's on. Like if they're like going out and socializing or not. And like, I'm kind of just glad like my birthday party happened in April when everything was locked down. Because I'm like afraid someone would throw me like a surprise party right now because I flipped my shit on them.
and I hope this ends surprise parties because surprise parties suck. Like, I never want one. Like, if I want a party, like, you don't know who I want to be there, number one. You don't know if I want you to be at my party. And you don't know what mood I'm going to be in. I could be in a bad mood, and I'm in a bad mood a lot. And, like, if you think you're good enough to throw a party and assume that you could raise my mood, I would have thrown a fucking party and invited you in the first place. That's what it gets down to. I hate surprise parties. Let's cancel them with COVID. There's a lot of things that should be canceled with COVID. That is one of them, and hopefully comedy is one of those too. That's what I'm
Yeah.
I was just exactly a minute, and that was rambling of something I didn't even write down. That's how you do the fast.
Whoa, win the day.
Way to fucking brag.
Hey, what?
I said way to fucking brag.
Yeah, see, there you go. You just think of something. I don't know, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for not leaving your house. Tristan usually leaves his house, so I usually
Don't leave your house.
Thanks for coming out for the mic, Tristan. But everybody else, thanks for coming out and staying put. We'll do this next week. It was a big draw this week.
Big draw.
We'll keep it running fast. Stick around for the fast minute. I'm going to stop the stream now. I doubt anybody's still listening, but for those still watching,